it's MK and I am back with another Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. This is the beautiful sketch that I will try to mimic today. And what I have is some old truck photos. Actually, it's the same truck. And I just caught my son admiring it, so I thought I'd take a picture. I also am planning on using this embellishment that I made about a year ago, last February or April, somewhere in there. I also have a bunch of Kaiser Craft leftovers, buttons from Hobby Lobby, a remnant leftover from a film strip that I cut off, and then these little 6x6 papers. One of them is Kaiser Craft, which is 6.5 by 6.5, and the other two are Stampin' Up! From a couple years ago as well. I have a glassine bag and then two pretty large doilies, I want to say about 6 inches. And I have this little ticket that I stamped 1.5 million years ago. I don't even know what stamp that is. And I thought I was going to use these faceted, I think is what they're called, or I'm not sure, very pointy stars by Tim Holtz. But instead, I plan on using the gears from Hobby Lobby. So I had two choices because there's stars in the sketch. And then I also have a branding strip from 49 and Market paper. And then this paper is from that Craft Consortium paper pad that was gifted to me. And I just thought that it really looked like the fender of this old truck, like a real close-up picture of that fender. So I do plan on using this blade system by Creative Memories. I've had it for a very, very long time, but I really wanted to make this truck into a circle. And I guess I should have probably not printed with the border, but I kind of like the border. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I do end up, having a white spot, and then I end up, having the need to cover said white spot. So I also, have oversized photos. So with that being said, my layout gets a little crowded, and once I am actually done cutting my circles, I didn't realize it was going to take me so long to do it. I'm always nervous about cutting photos into shapes, you guys. Is that just me? But for some reason, this photo was begging to be cut into a circle, like a bubble almost. And I'm using all 3 of the blades so that way I can get 2 mats. And then my doily is going to be a third, a third mat. So anyways, I don't know. Have you guys ever, I don't cut my photos into shapes. In fact, I think I've already talked about this, where I do have, I don't cut my photos into shapes, but then here I am actually cutting into my photo. Do you guys remember when we used to do this too? Cut out the subject of the photo. Well, this little label on the side of the truck is actually going to be used as part of my embellishment. So I had no intention of putting that huge photo. I really wanted the embellishment part, because there is a lot of horizontal lines going on in this particular sketch because of because of the stitching. And so I thought that instead of doing the stitching, I'll just have a whole bunch of vertical elements in my layout. And one of them is going to be this photo that I had no intention of actually creating it into a circle. When I first picked out these photos, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have this really cool, truck, the front of a truck in a circle. And then this photo is going to be, one of my horizontal elements because of the stitching. And then I wasn't sure what I was going to do down at the bottom, but because of the pre-made embellishment that I already picked, it makes it rather large instead of it was only a quarter-ish, what's in the sketch. I know I'm not making any sense, but it does to me. So anyways, I'm just trying to figure out whether or not I like it, because when I look at the sketch, I thought that everything was kind of like in a triangle, and I didn't realize that the 2 doilies over on the left-hand side were right on top of each other. I thought that they were a little bit off, and so I was trying to arrange my photos and arrange my elements in a way that was pleasing to the eye, because I didn't really like them being straight up and down. But when I looked at it, I was like, well, but I don't really like the doilies touching anything else either. So what I ended up doing, because I wanted the glassine bag to stick out a little bit farther than it was, and that didn't work either. So I did end up putting my photo as close to the edge of the glassine bag on the left as I possibly could, and then I cut it off so that way I could butt up my photo to the right hand side, just like in the sketch, and then the doily's cut off, but I'm not using a doily. Instead, I'm using a glassine bag. But I do like how this pre-made embellishment looks on top of this doily. I mean, I really, really did like it. And then I just planned on adding, my cutout photo, which now doesn't look like a photo, right? Because it's just a label, which I thought was pretty cool. I've never cut out a photo. I used to. I have a couple that are cut out photos, and I just look back and go, what was I thinking? But it dates me. It's okay. Same with the circles. And I said I don't cut my photos in circles, and yet here I did. Just because that truck, it's so bubbly. The fenders on it, the cab of it, it's just a gorgeous truck, you guys. That needed to be in a circle. I really do like how it looks, and I love the doily behind it because it's kind of one of those where you've got these hard metal surfaces and then this soft, delicate doily. I don't know. I'm making stuff up now. But I do plan on cutting off the edge of my pre-made embellishment so that way the little banner piece is no longer, it's not sticking out anymore. But you can see it above and below the little postcard that says Road to Home or Road Home or something like that. I actually wanted to use this pre-made embellishment because of the fact that when you place an order with me, I know for a while I got way too busy. I wasn't doing this. I had actually stopped putting thank you gifts in my orders. But now that I'm all caught up and I'm ready to, get back to normal, I should say, until next time, right? I actually was gifting out these types of embellishments, and I've had a lot of people ask me, how do you use them? How do you, put a large embellishment like this on a layout? And when I found this one, I was like, oh my gosh, it matches my paper to a T. Probably because I made it, right? Most creators make things in their favorite colors or their favorite schemes or themes, and so it will blend in with almost anything, right? At least that's my knowledge for today of something that I've noticed. That's my I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't think of it. What I've noticed. Anyways, here's where I decide whether or not I'm going to use those stars, and they just didn't work because I liked the gears instead. I liked all the round elements on this layout. I do enjoy playing with circles a lot, as much as I enjoy playing with stars as well. So, but that's about it. In case you guys are curious, this old truck is from Bodie. I'm not sure if the background shows enough of that. But yes, this is just one of the vehicles that is hanging out in the yard, in one of the backyards of Bodie, which is just craziness. And then when I was doing my splatters, I actually did 2 splatters. One of them was Heidi Swap Chartreuse, and the other one is Altenew Mountain Mist. I was trying to get that green, and it splattered onto my circle element up in the left hand, and so I had to add a little bit more to make it look like it came that way. And then it also landed on my photo down below, and when I smeared it, it looked a lot better than if I would have just let it dry. So that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with Christy's 30 days of sketches. I am having a blast playing along with the sketches, and this month I'm actually picking and choosing which sketches I am playing with. As you saw, there was no video for yesterday. But I'm picking and choosing which sketches to play with. That way I don't feel like it's forced. I've always noticed that when I force myself to do a layout, that it actually doesn't turn out, appealing to me, even though it does look good. It wasn't as fun, I guess I should say, as I was expecting it to. And I enjoy a lot having fun with my paper and all of my goodies that I get to play with. So anyways, yes, be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along. Also be sure to check out the Facebook group that we have that loads and loads of people are putting their layouts in, and I am just thrilled with how many layouts. I do hope Christy does we ended up doing this many layouts in a month type of deal, right? Between all of us. That would just be phenomenal to know that number right there. I guess I could do it too. Anyways, thank you all, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.